There's a lot of trappings of the ego that keep us stuck. And one of those is the thought that you'll have sometimes where the ego will say, why do I always have to do that? Why do I always have to be the bigger person? Why do I always have to think about the right thing to say or the right thing to do? And the ego inherently underneath, which thinks that is separate from everyone else, doesn't realize that it's part of a larger divine creation and then there is a larger unity amongst all of us. It doesn't realize that. And it's trying to do his job as you being a separate physical entity and saying, well, I got to keep you safe so you don't overstretch yourself. So it gets hurt and it feels like, oh, it's done more than what the other person has done. But here's a way to reframe that. If you want to live a more soul aligned, joyful life where the ego is not running the show, a more soul aligned way of approaching that is I get to do that. I get to be the source of love and joy and warmth and gratitude in others' lives. I get to do that from my mom. I get to do that from my wife. I get to do that from my kids. And this is not to say that you run yourself over, but just bringing a different attitude anytime the ego says, why do I always have to do that? It's like, no, I get to. I get to do that.